What's going on, guys? This is your BLACKbusterCritic, and today we're doing a commentary on the Mystery Oven Things commentary of one of my PC videos. Now, one thing you have to know about the Mystery Oven Thing is that he's a bandwagoner, and just like other people that he's associated with, they're all going to jump on the same subject, and this one in particular was me. But what they failed to realize was that they all failed and they all made themselves look like fools, which is why the mystery oven thing, afterwards, after the fact, after things went sour, he said he wasn't very serious. And others in the same group talked about, oh, I wasn't serious, I was kidding. But they all know for a fact that they were serious. It's just that when I turned my eye to them, like Gaston is doing here, then they start to fear, and then that's when the owners comes. So let's start the destruction on the Mystery Oven Things commentary.
Hey, guys, guess what I hate? I hate people who think their opinion is much better than anyone else, and if someone else doesn't agree with them, that makes the person a lesser person, or, as gaming's concerned, it doesn't make them a true gamer.
Okay, couple things here. I want you to point out where I talk about my opinions. I also want you to point out where I say my opinion is better than everyone else, which is impossible because I never state my own opinion. And I want you to tell me where I've said that if you don't agree with me, you're a worse person. Oh yeah, that's right. You can't point where I've said that. You know why? Because in these videos, I never state my own opinion. But since he's made this point, obviously that must mean it's in this video that he's commentating on. So let's see if he's going to point out where I've stated my own opinion and where I've said that my opinion is better than everyone else's, and where I've said that if you don't agree, you're a worse person. We're going to stick this in the corner for later and see if he's going to bring it up. And again, you have an abundance of ignorance. I have said plenty of times, and I made it very clear, that a person that supports these companies like Capcom and EA, when they know for a fact that they're cheating gamers, is not a real gamer.
FYI, since I'm using a Sonic character as my avatar, I'm pretty sure the person who I'm commenting on will think I'm a huge Sonic fag. Hence the title.
And again, you're being ignorant of the person that you're trying to do a commentary on. You are unaware of what I consider a Sonic fag. Let me ask you this. Do you suck Sonic off? Do you pretend that Silver the Hedgehog lives with you? Do you call yourself Sonic the Hedgehog? Do you draw Sonic characters day and night? Do you fantasize about being in the Sonic universe? No? Then you're not a Sonic fag. But I digress. It is kind of nice that you've insulted yourself within the first 30 seconds of your video. Console fanboys, they fear the PC. They are just completely fearful of something that could take one of their favorite hobbies and turn it into an experience like none other.
What's with the suit and the music? Honestly, it's like you're a salesman for the PC. This PC offers an experience like no other.
I know you were being sarcastic, but you actually did make a point for me. The PC does actually create experience like none other because it's your own personal experience. Your own personal experience is going to be like none other. So thank you.
It's so sexy and awesome. Yes, breathe in its awesomeness.
One thing these console fanboys say is that PC fanboys are the worst.
Well, to be fair, every group of fanboys says that about another that they oppose. It's kinda happens a lot.
Now, let's just take those two words, PC fanboy, and let's break it down. Being a fanboy is something that's supposed to be bad, right? But PC stands for personal computer. Personal computer. Why is it bad to be a fanboy of your own personal computer?
Well, it's bad because you sound like a complete douchebag. Oh, my personal computer is so much better than anything else. I love it so much.
Well, that wasn't a point at all, was it?
Where
make the decisions, not the companies. See, that's one thing console fanboys just don't understand, is that on the PC, you make your own experience. You make your own personal experience.
You make your own personal experience on the consoles too. You buy the games you want. You play the games you want. There are games on consoles such as RPGs that allow you to make your own personal experience. When you're playing a game, you always have your own personal experience.
Okay, how do you make a point in a commentary before the person that you're commentating on gets a chance to explain their point? That is just bad commentary etiquette. And not only that, but your point was very stupid as well. Firstly, when you talk about games, yes, every platform has games, but to show you how you have more freedom and more options on the PC, just look at Skyrim. Compare the PC version to the 360 and PS3 version. On the PC version, you have what? Mods. You have a nearly endless amount of mods. Do you have them on the consoles? No. See? There we go. A limitation on the consoles compared to the PC in an RPG, which is what your example was. Another example of a limitation. On the Xbox 360, can you use anything else other than that dashboard? No, you can't. Can you use anything else other than Xbox Live? No, you can't. There you go. Limitations. You don't have such disabilities on the PC. You have options. You have the ability to create your own personal experience. Now, what are the things that we can manipulate on the PC? The graphics? The sound?
True, but very often the highest settings for those things are the same as the console games. So why would you want less than that? Especially since you're going to have to shell out for a relatively good PC if you do want the highest option for these things.
I can't believe this guy's friends actually congratulated him on this video when all he did was spew lies like he just did right there. Firstly, most console games are sub HD. Even on 360 and PS3, you're getting games that aren't even high def. Now the PC versions, let me school you on this so next time you make a commentary on someone that's talking about PC gaming, you won't look like a jackass, but PC versions have higher resolutions. Even a GT 8800 can pull out 1080p games. You got high-res textures, you got dynamic shadows, you got up to 32 times anti-aliasing, which, by the way, console versions barely have ×2. You have tessellation with DirectX 11. Usually your games are running over 60 frames per second. I got games that run over 100 frames per second. When your console games, most of them are what? 30 frames per second. So no, your high settings on PC are nowhere near the console versions. Games we want? How many games we have so many options of where we can get games from.
As do console owners, there are numerous game stores that sell games, even online too, so there's no point to this part. He just lists out where you can get games for the PC, so skipping.
The point of that part was merely to educate those who might have been unaware of all the different places online where they might have been able to download their PC games. A lot of these places run the same deals that Steam does. A lot of these places offer a different variety of games. For example, GOG.com, GoodOldGames.com. You can buy Roller Coaster Tycoon, the very first one, the original one, my favorite one, on their website. You have the option to check out all these different online services, all these different online distributors to get the best experience that fits you. You have choices. You, the gamer, can make your personal experience. If you want to be able to render videos, chat on Skype, and play a game at the same time, like I can, you can do that. Video chat, by the way.
Why would you be in video chat if you're playing a game? Surely that defeats the point of video chat if you're looking at the game.
Maybe so that the people that you're chatting with can see you. And if you're running your game in a window like I do, the Skype overlay stays on top of it. So you'll be able to see whoever you're talking to while you play your game. You would know this if you created your own personal experience on the PC, but it seems that you don't have the imagination to do so. Can you do it on the consoles? No, you can't. I should have explained the difference between a console and a PC. And it's not just the games. It is not just, well, the companies that own them. The biggest difference is that the consoles, these things here, and I'm not ragging on the Wii, I love the Wii, but these are in control by the companies.
Well, that was a completely random change of topic. I wouldn't mind if you didn't try to link this topic back to your last statement about Steam. First you're talking about Steam, now you're talking about evil corporations like Nintendo and Microsoft. Ooh.
Okay, first of all, how is this a random topic? In this video, I cover a wide variety of topics as to how you create your own personal experience on the PC and how that's much better than the prepackaged experience and the amount of control that the companies have and exert on your console. And by the way, how can you say anything about Steam and me linking this topic to Steam when not once in your commentary have you even shown me say the word Steam? Go back and watch your commentary. The word has not been mentioned once. So how could you bring it up? This is just an example of poor video editing, poor comprehension, and poor understanding of the topic at hand. They own the hardware?
No, actually, I think I own the hardware if it's in my house.
I'm sorry to say, but you do not own that hardware. If you did, you would be free to modify it. You'd be free to install whatever you like. You'd be free to have a choice whether you want to update or not. But that is clearly not the case here. Those companies, like I said in the video, are in control. They can at any time, at any moment, for whatever reasons they may have, they can shut your console off, they can brick it, they can ban it, they can remove features at any given time, they can force you to agree to EULA, they can force you to agree to TOS. They have complete control over your experience and over your hardware. That machine does not belong to you. They own the software. And you have no choice in the matter if they want to shut your console off. You've seen Microsoft do it.
Yeah, I've seen Microsoft do it to gamers that shipped their Xbox so they could play pirated games. That's why they were banned.
Well, thank you for defeating your own point. You just told me that Microsoft banned consoles, and you know why they banned them? Because they can. Because it's well within their right. Because they're the ones that own the software and the hardware. You, the user, do not own anything. Now, about the whole piracy and chipping thing, what you fail to realize is that not all mods are bad. There's people who are banned for merely switching the fans out in their Xbox 360. Changing out the fans to more efficient ones, to more powerful ones, that changes the voltage usage on the motherboard. That's detectable by the Microsoft. That's considered a mod. That's a violation of the terms of service. Therefore, you can get banned, you can get bricked. There's people that changed out their hard drives in that little enclosure for the Xbox 360. You know what's in there? A regular laptop hard drive. So instead of paying Microsoft $150 for a 120 gigabyte hard drive, they can really spend $30 on a 500 gigabyte hard drive and pop it in with a little modding. And you know what? They have a higher capacity than what Microsoft will offer them for much, much less. There are good mods, but to Microsoft, any mod is a bad mod, especially a mod that allows freedom. The more freedom they give the gamer, the less money they will make, which is why the consoles are so restricted, especially the Xbox 360. Just a little education there for you, boyo. You've seen Sony do it.
Nope.
So February 17th of 2011, Sony sending out a wave of bans for jailbroken PS3s. That never happened? Okay, Mystery Oven. Nintendo not so much. But they have control of their console at any given time as long as you're connected to the internet.
No, they have control over your access online, so that if you do something really stupid like pirating games, they can remove you. They do not have the ability to stop your Wii or your Xbox or your PS3 working entirely.
You really have no clue what you're talking about, Mystery Oven. All three companies can brick your console. Not just ban you from their online service, but they can render your machine useless. And this is actually in their terms of use, in their warnings. You just have to read. Use your eyes, my friend. Nintendo, for example, they're not so big on the piracy on the Wii, because on the Wii, in their terms of use, they state that they may render your Wii useless. They're not very strict. You gotta understand, that kind of word may means some leniency when you're talking about, rules. But on the 3DS, they state will render. They will render your 3DS useless if they detect illegal software, if they detect hardware being used the wrong way, like flashcards. Now, if you actually use your eyes and read and research these things, you would actually know what you're talking about. Because what I'm telling you about is actually in your terms of use and in your warnings that actually come in the manuals in your Xbox 360 boxes, your Wii boxes, and PS3 boxes. Let me just give an example that you can find on Xbox.com, the terms of use, from which they state that they can discontinue your hardware. Now, Microsoft reserves complete and sole discretion with respect to the operation of the service. Microsoft may, among other things, A. restrict or limit access to the service. That's just the account bannings. B is basically where they tell you they can draw information from that machine so they can use that information to better protect themselves for other attacks or other hacks and things like that. But here's C. They can upgrade, modify, withdraw, suspend, or discontinue any functionality or feature of the service, any game or other content available or accessible through the service, or any hardware or software associated with the service or with an original Xbox or Xbox 360 or personal computer from time to time without notice. So there you have it. In Microsoft's own terms of use, they state that they can discontinue your hardware, your service, your software, and your games. And don't get it twisted, guys, because it says personal computer. If they meant Windows, they would have stated Windows. But by personal computer, they mean access to live through a personal computer. You've seen Sony take away your features.
Yeah, I've seen Sony take away my features, like... And then there's... No, Sony hasn't done that at all.
Where'd your PS2 compatibility go? Where did your ability to transfer your PS1 classics from your PS3 to your PSP feature go? Where's your other OS feature? All three features are features taken away by Sony through software updates and hardware changes. Therefore, hey, that's control over the console. Haven't you?
No.
Yes, you have, and I just gave 3 examples.
You see Microsoft put ads on your dashboard.
Oh no! Evil, filthy advertisements! Oh god, they're making money! No, it's not like I've ever seen an advertisement on my computer before. No, I've never seen that in my life.
The difference is, on your computer, you're going to free services like Hulu, like YouTube, where they're going to make their money off of ad revenue because they are a free service. MMOs, free MMOs. You know where they make their money? Advertisements, microtransactions. But Xbox 360, Microsoft makes money off of microtransactions. They make money off of licensing fees for Facebook, Twitter, Netflix, and every other little service on Xbox Live. They make $60 a year off of every single person that's paying for the online service. They make money off of every game sold on Xbox Live and in retailers, they make money before the developers even start making it, because developers have to pay for licensing to even start making the game. And then just to release a patch on Xbox Live, they charge $40,000 per patch. Now, they have that much money coming from that many different directions, yet they still have the gall to put ads on your dashboard. Nestea, Mazda Protege, Toyota trucks, DiGiorno frozen pizzas, McDonald's. You really show your intelligence by comparing all that money grubbing to the ads you see on YouTube or Hulu or any other free service, such as a free MMO or a free website with free entertainment, where their only mode of revenue is from the ad revenue that they get. But then again, ads are 100% avoidable on the PC. All you have to do is get an ad blocker on your web browser. Hello, dingbat, anybody home?
It's no longer a gaming console, people. It's an ad box 360. That's what it is.
Oh, an Adbox 360. That must have taken you
Now,
years
no
to come up
choice
with.
no matter. You turn your Xbox 360 on, you're going to see Mazda commercials. You're going to see McDonald's commercials.
You turn Steam on, you're gonna see game commercials.
Wait a minute. Are you really comparing DiGiorno pizza video commercials to Steam telling you you can get 50% off of Portal 2? Which, by the way, if you guys don't want the update news that pops up on Steam every now and then, telling you you can get games at a great discount, telling you that there's an upcoming game, telling you that there's a new release game, you can simply go to your Steam settings, hit interface, the very last option, it says notify me, just uncheck that box and you'll never see those things come up again. See, you have options on the PC, whereas on the consoles, you don't have the options of not having to look at ads. You're forced to have those ads on your dashboard. Good try though, Mystery Oven.
They even take your games and lock them away if you don't pay for Xbox Live.
How did you pull that one out your ass? No, you can still access your games fine as long as you have a profile. It can be an offline profile, it doesn't have to be online, so yeah.
And again, you cut off the person that you're commentating on when they're in the middle of explaining their point. Now, what I'm going to show you after this is that I'm talking about multiplayer. I'm talking about other aspects on your game disc that Microsoft actually locks away and renders useless if you do not pay your $60 a year price tag for your online capabilities. And what's really unfair about it is that Microsoft has nothing to do with the online capabilities of your Xbox 360 and your games. All they're doing is allowing your Xbox 360 permission to connect to the developers and publishers servers so you can play a game online with other people that own the same game.
No, you don't get any multiplayer. You don't have the option of using private dedicated servers owned by gamers. You don't have the option to LAN party. You don't.
Yes, you do.
Okay, let me give you a real world example as to how Microsoft takes away the system link feature. Now, firstly, think about it. Does Microsoft benefit from you guys playing offline multiplayer? No, they don't. They want you online. Why? Because they gotta get that ad revenue. Even if you only have silver accounts, they still make money off of you by putting ads on your dashboard. And if you stay offline, guess what? You're not sending the ad revenue data back to Microsoft, nor can they update your console with the new ads. So, how does Microsoft force you to get online? Here's how it works. Let's say that you got two friends. You both are playing 360. You both got 360s version 3.0, let's say. You both are playing Borderlands. Now, neither one of you are online gamers. But you have a third friend. He is an online gamer. His Xbox 360 fully updated, fully patched, and he wants to come over to your place and he wants to, play a game using your 360 while you're doing something else. Like maybe you guys are working on a project or something. He brings his hard drive over and his game. He connects his hard drive from his fully updated, fully patched 360 to your outdated 360. And let's say he plays Fallout 3. He plays it, and there we go. Just like that it happened. His hard drive from his fully updated Xbox 360, it just put some code on his outdated Xbox 360, and that's not going to allow him to system link. So when his friend the next day comes over and they want to play Borderlands, guess what happens? Before they can system link, they have to get on the same page, because all of a sudden his 360 knows that his copy of Borderlands is outdated. And once that happens, there is no system linking. You guys got to get on the same page again. Now, some of you are going to say, well, we can just reset the factory settings. That won't work. Deleting the updates is not going to work. He didn't get an update, remember? All his 360 knows is that his version is outdated. And it's not going to let him system link until he gets the required updates. Therefore, he has to connect online and get the updates. Now, what else is he getting with those updates? You guessed it. His new dashboard updates, his new ads, and he sent Microsoft the data that they've been wanting, their ad revenue data. It's all just one big scam.
On Xbox 360, if you are not connected to Xbox Live, you can't even use an offline feature like LAN Party. On the PC, your personal computer.
Yes, your personal computer, offering your own personal experience. Buy it now for only $200.
You guys see that text he had up there? I don't know why these lazy commentators won't go back. They're editing these videos as they commentate. So why don't they just go back and re-record what they said and just add in that one little note instead of having to put in text? It's just laziness.
Freedom. Freedom rings. And you guys are saying it's bad to be a fanboy of a personal computer.
Yes, it's bad to be a fanboy of anything, because fanboys don't listen to reason or arguments. They just defend something because they're so obsessed with it.
What about being a fanboy of pudding? Or a fanboy of puppies? Or kittens? Or dandelions?
Personal computer. That's like saying you can't be a fan of your own work. You can't admire your own work.
No, you can admire your own work. You can be a fan of your own work. You just can't be some fanboy egotistical prick who's like, my work is the best ever. I love myself so much.
Instead of using sarcasm poorly, you could have given an example of someone else being an egotistical prick who was full of himself and loved their own work so much, like Chase the Hedgehog.
We're not defending the companies when we say PC. When you guys say PC fanboys, are you guys saying a certain company? No! You're not. You're saying PC, personal computer. When we say PS3 fanboy, Sony. Microsoft fanboy, Microsoft. 360 fanboy, I should say, Microsoft.
See, this is what I meant when I said he was so smug, because he's basically laughing at anyone who thinks they're different than him, and they're not true gamers, and they're lesser people. It's
Yeah, Gaston, I'm looking at those too. He said something just now that's pretty much similar to the second point up there of the things I wanted him to prove. For example, I don't know how he gets this from the statement I made. Let me just clarify for those who might have forgotten already. The statement I just made in my original video was that if you're supporting a console, you're supporting a certain company. Microsoft, Xbox 360, Sony, PS3, Nintendo, Wii. On the PC, you're not supporting a single company, and you're not controlled by a single company. But somehow, at this point in the video, he says that I'm being smug, which I don't really care about that because people can think whatever they want about me. But he says I'm laughing at anyone who thinks differently, and they aren't true gamers, and they're lesser people. I'm going to put those up there as well. I want him to prove as to where I've said any of those statements. And what you people fail to realize is that it's okay to think differently. I've never stated that anyone that thinks differently is stupid, or anyone that disagrees is stupid. I gave specific reasons as to why they would be stupid, as to why I would consider them idiotic. Because some things you just can't fight against. Opinions don't mean anything against facts. That's why I don't argue about people's perspectives and people's opinions and people's speculations, because that's all liquid. I have concrete, rock hard evidence and facts.
Wii fanboy Nintendo, which isn't very bad, even though the Wii hasn't really had that many games come out recently. It has some great ones like Skyward Sword, but there aren't that many coming out, that you really need to get. But there's a difference, guys, between a console fanboy and a PC fanboy.
Yeah, there's a difference. One wants to shove his dick in his console's hard drive, and one wants to shove his dick in his PC's hard drive.
Yet another irrelevant statement to one of the things I said, and again, he cut me off in the middle of a point before I could continue and finish up what I was going to say. What a failure of a commentator.
And I think I made that very clear in this video. But I'm going to repeat it one last time, because you console fanboys are some of the dumbest people I have ever come across on the internet. So for the last time, PC fanboy? Yes, I am a fan of my own personal computer, where I create my own experiences, where I dictate what I can do.
You make me want to punch you. You really do.
Really? Are you getting that upset over my video that you feel like you want to cause physical harm to me? I think it's time to get off the internet, kiddo.
On the other hand, console fanboy. Hey! I like it when Sony takes away my features.
Yeah, I know, I hate when Sony takes away my imaginary features. God, I hate it when they do that.
Yep, he just said it again, guys. Evidently, other OS is an imaginary feature. Copying your PS1 classics from your PS3 to your PSP is also an imaginary feature. And lastly, your PS2 backwards compatibility is another imaginary feature.
I like dishing out $60 a year just to play my games online. I like having no exclusives.
Yeah, I hate having no exclusives. God, consoles are horrible.
Firstly, you do realize that the point you're trying to make stems from having all three consoles, right? You know the pricing on that? You want to make that kind of price comparison? I don't think so, son. I guess I should stop trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, because secondly, yes, I am fully aware of the exclusives that are on the consoles, but let me ask you this. Out of the three consoles, which two are lacking in future releases of exclusives? That's Xbox 360 and Wii. PS3 has an abundance coming out pretty soon. Now, if you know that, then of course you would know exactly what I'm talking about when I make that kind of statement. But of course, look who's making the commentary. The same people who don't know anything about the subject that I'm trying to cover in the video, and they make an ignorant commentary trying to make a point on a subject that they know nothing of.
I like all my games being dedicated to Connect. I like having substandard online experience. PC fanboy is a good thing. Console gamers, wise up, and please, by all means, call me a PC fanboy. BBC doesn't care, and any other PC enthusiast will not care. By calling us a PC fanboy, you're saying that we are fanboys of ourselves.
Which is incredibly fucking egotistical. Nice job.
A lot of you guys in the commentary community use words that you have no clue what they mean. Especially an easy word like ego, or egotist, or egotistical. Firstly, an egotistical person is always about themselves. They are a self-interested person. They're always pertaining to themselves. They're selfish. They're opinionated. Everything is about themselves. Now, you guys keep using this word to describe me, and it makes no sense. If you watch my videos, I'm not talking about me. In my gaming videos, I'm talking about we the PC gamers, what PC gaming can do, what you're able to do with PC gaming, what this company has done to you, what that company has done to you, what these people need to do to fix it, what these people need to do in order to get this changed. I'm never talking about myself. I don't give my own opinion. I give the facts about whatever subject I am speaking about. Therefore, the word egotist and egotistical will not apply to me. So please read up on your definitions on the words that you are using, so the next time when you try to use a word in a commentary, you won't look like an idiot.
Have a good day.
No. It cannot be. No. PC is not right. PC is not right. BLACKbusterCritic, bad. BLACKbusterCritic. PS3. Xbox Live. Gotta pay for my live. Gotta play my games. Online. Call of Duty. Precious.
So yeah, guys, wow, what a mature ending to such a mature video.
If it was so immature, why couldn't you counter a single point in the video?
I really don't have anything else to say. I'm just going to end it here. One last thing. All of BLACKbusterCritic's fanboys, can you please stop sucking his dick and listen to reason?
Okay, first you call a skit that I did just to be funny immature, but then 5 seconds later you're talking about fanboys sucking my dick. How do you turn yourself into a hypocrite 5 seconds after you say something? That's gotta be a record.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're a fanboy, so you wouldn't listen to reason, because that's the general idea of a fanboy. I'm sorry.
Well, it would seem that you were worse than a fanboy, because not only did you ignore all my reasoning, my logic, and my points in this video, but you gave horrific counterpoints, and you ignored a lot of what I said anyway.
See you guys later.
But when it comes to console preference, and of course all of you know my preference is the third Messiah, God's gift to mankind, the PlayStation 3, the best in the marketplace.
Well, we finally reached the end, and those points we put in the corner, yeah, never got proven, never came up. So those are going to go bye-bye now. Now, by the end of this video, I'm sure we can all see how poorly he did on this commentary, how useless his points were, how much he lied in his commentary, and how he completely made himself look bad rather than making me look bad. And what's even worse are the people that watched his commentary and congratulated him on this stinking pile of garbage. Like, look at this comment by Youngblood. You're a true hero. Thank you for making this. You are now permanently in my debt. BBC is over the top. BBC is ridiculous. BBC is the argumentative idiot who wants to start wars because he wants to defend his own stuff. It's really ridiculous. And not to mention, he's an egotistical, histrionic jerk when he wants to be. Again, TMOT, you did a favor for us all. That right there, you see, the people like that support videos like this are in the same boat. They are all ignorant. And when you're just sitting around circle jerking each other about some stupid little video that you think you own somebody with, you don't learn. As you guys can clearly see, he knew nothing about what he was talking about. And I just want him to know that the main reason why I made this video is not only just, because it was fun and entertaining, but was to show him the kind of information that he can miss when he gets caught up in a black guy and the way he acts, rather than actually listening and researching the points that he actually presents. So I hope you were entertained by this video, and I hope you all learned something new, especially you, the Mystery Oven. I really hope you can take a good lesson from this video. And I would like to extend my hand to you, and I'm going to tell you that you can contact me anytime if you have any gaming questions. If you choose to do a commentary on a video about gaming and you don't know enough about it. That way, next time you do a commentary, you can avoid
mass destruction.
Oh, yeah.